Hi everyone, I just wanted to share with you an incredible find I found on the Ferdinand Facebook page. Ferdinand, of course, being the upcoming movie from Blue Sky Animation Studios, coming out December 15th, 2017. Blue Sky, of course, brought you all 5 Ice Age movies, each one better than the last. Now, I've been following the Ferdinand Facebook page very closely because I am incredibly excited for Ferdinand to finally come out in theaters, but I did not expect such an interactive activity to emerge. So I just wanted to walk through what this experience would be like, okay? So why don't we get started by hitting this green start button right here and play Bowl in a China Shop starring the lovable Ferdinand. Alright, so step 1 is catch cups on your horns and catch plates on your head, which of course, Ferdinand is a big mighty bowl, he's sure to be capable of doing such tasks. Moving along, we see that we need to unload, and of course, that is necessary so he can catch more things on his horns and his head. Let's see. Step 3, collect the flowers for bonus points. Bonus points sounds very nice, and I know how much Ferdinand loves flowers. Ferdinand, of course, being an adorable bull. Alright, I think that's it. I think we are ready to play. I don't know what buttons I'm supposed to hit, but perhaps there will be more in this tutorial. I guess not. Okay. I'm gonna assume the arrow buttons. And that appears to be working. Alright. There we go. Let's get that plate. Alright, let's get that plate. We have 3 plates now. Now, I don't know how to unload, and I missed that flower, unfortunately. And now I'm breaking things because I don't know how to unload. Do I hit the space bar? Oh, okay. Well, I don't think you hit the space bar. Alright, well, why don't we try again? Or you know what, maybe I should refresh the page? No, we'll just try again. I don't think I missed anything. There's no info button that I can click on for help, so I'm just gonna have to hope that I get this right. Okay, does that unload? That? Okay. So if you hit the down button, that unloads. Excellent. Alright, I'm not doing too hot, and I missed another rose. Every time I miss a flower, I do get very upset. Okay, so we're gonna unload. Perfect. We've got a plate. Oh no, okay. So it appears if you break 3 things, then Ferdinand has failed. And of course, we want Ferdinand to succeed, because this is Bowl in a China Shop, of course. The goal being that this bowl needs to collect and preserve as many fragile things as possible. So here we go. Alright. So we're gonna start off getting a flower for bonus points. We now have this plate. Ah, tarnation, I missed another mug. But we've got 3 plates now. I thought I had that. Oh dear. Alright, so it appears Ferdinand has failed again, but we will keep trying because, as we know, Ferdinand is all about being himself and persevering, and we don't want to judge this bowl by its cover. Here we go. Try number 4. Alright. So starting off with a nice flower. Excellent. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh, hold on. Alright, we have a plate. Oh dear. Alright, well, you know, it's okay. We're just gonna keep at this. Because sometimes people think they have you all figured out based on how you look, and I think that could apply to based on how you play. Oh, excellent. We have a flower. We have a cup. We're doing great. 3 plates, and... Oh, excellent! I have successfully used the down arrow. Oh, no, okay, that's just 1 life. And we missed a flower, and we missed a plate, but we have this other plate, and we Alright, well, that's alright, because we are still doing great, and Ferdinand, I know he won't let me down. Ferdinand is the companion to have. I will say, I do wish some of Ferdinand's other companions were involved in this game. I'm hoping Lupe might pop up. Lupe, of course, being the hilarious goat. Alright, I'm gonna deposit those. Oh, and I missed the teacup, unfortunately. But alright, I've got that plate. Okay, a little bit of lag there, but that's okay. I got the flower. I got another plate. I hit spacebar. And that did work for getting rid of the plates. I smashed it 125. Oh my, I didn't even realize. That might be my highest score, though correct me in the comments if I am wrong. We're going to keep trying. I've lost track of tries, but that's okay. We're having fun here. All right. Starting off with the cup. Those cups are hard to get, I tell you. You want to hope that you can get plates if you can, because plates are pretty easy to stack on old Ferdinand here, but cups, well, it's hard to catch things on your horns. I don't know how Ferdinand would do it, but I suppose if I had horns of my own, it might not be as much of a challenge. And that, of course, is the great gift of this game. You get to embody Ferdinand and his mighty bull self. Ah, nuts. Alright. Well, I did smash it again, although my score is lower. I would like to see if there's another level this game has to offer, so I'm just going to keep at it to see if I can truly make some progress here. So we have a nice flower, we have a plate, we have another plate, and I didn't even have to move. Unfortunately, we have missed 2 teacups, but we'll get rid of those plates. And we missed 3 teacups. It is very hard to get over that quickly. Alright. Come on, Ferdinand. You are an incredible guy. A flower to start off with. And then we have our plate. Excellent. Excellent. Now let's deposit those. Alright, so far, so good. We are doing... Oh, and I missed the flower, but that's okay. And I missed 1 mug, but that's alright. I've got a second mug. We've got a plate. I thought that I had that one, but apparently not. Let's deposit those. Oh, just missed another flower, and I missed another mug. Ferdinand, I don't know why you're smiling like that, because we both know that we can do better together, okay? Why don't we show everyone that this is going to be the movie that makes all the money on December 15th. Move over, Star Wars, Ferdinand is here to stay. Alright, so we've got 2 plates. 3 plates, we're going to get rid of those. I was hoping for a flower. Excellent. And so far, well, that came down very quick. That also came down very quickly. But that's okay. We're still in this race. Alright. Gonna get rid of those. Gonna get a flower. Excellent. We are doing very, very well. 2 mugs and a plate. Let's get rid of those quickly. Ah! But 141 points, my high score. Excellent job. I do still want to see if we can get even further. I am glad to see that it says PG here, because I noticed on the Facebook page the rating was G, and I wasn't sure if Blue Sky Studios was aware of the mistake that they made, so I am glad they corrected it, and I must say, I'm glad that they give an offer to watch the trailer for this movie, because, as we all know, the trailer is one of the most fantastically edited trailers of all time, and I would love the opportunity to see it easily again. But let's try again, because we are focusing on Bull in a China shop. Alright, here we go. I'm feeling it this time. Come on, Ferdinand. Don't let me down. Alright, we've got a plate. We've got another plate, and we just were able to get that flower. Ah, just missed a cup, but we have 3 plates. We're going to get rid of them. We have another cup. Oh, just missed that plate. And I did not perform as well as I wanted to there. I suppose I wasn't feeling it as well as I wanted to, but here we go. Ferdinand, do you feel that music? Let's get going. Do it for your friend Lupe, Ferdinand. We all love Lupe. Voiced, of course, by the hilarious Kate McKinnon, whom you might know from the Ghostbusters remake that recently came out, and critics loved, according to Rotten Tomatoes. Just got that flower there. And we have 2 teacups, and coming in to get that plate. I'm very glad we secured that plate, although we are running out of lives, which is making me nervous. We are in the perfect position for that teacup, though. Already, almost surpassed 200 points. We were doing so well. But let's not give up. I'm sure there is something more to this game. And I want to see what lies ahead, so I'm just going to keep going for it. Alright, we've got our cup, we've got our plate. Another plate, I didn't even have to move for that one. Alright, I'm noticing that maybe I don't need to move quite as much with the controls. So I'm going to unload real quick. We've got another teacup. We've got... Okay, I really thought I had that plate, but I suppose I didn't. Okay, I didn't have that teacup. I don't have the rose. I have that teacup. Okay, maybe I do need to move at a bit more of a speed. Sorry, Ferdinand. Please don't give me that look. I'm trying my best. Alright, so let's keep going. Let's not get carried away here. We're doing great. We're going to get this. Alright, so we've got a plate. And our second plate. A teacup. We're doing alright. And a rose. Very, very good. Another teacup. I do have to say, I wonder how much Ferdinand can carry at once. Ah! Just missed the plate. That didn't seem terribly fair, because there really wasn't enough time to unload, but it's okay. Got the teacup. Those teacups make me nervous every time I see them. Now that, just... Shoot! Shoot! It's okay, let's keep going. I know we can do this. Come on, Ferdinand. You've been through a lot, and I'm sure you're going to have quite an adventure in the movie, but right now, this is our adventure. Being in this china shop... Ah! That's okay, we have the flour. Ah! Alright, we're going to keep on going. Alright, we've got the cup. We've got the plate. Excellent. Let's see how many plates we can get, because I've kind of lost all hope at this point. 4 plates. Wow, we're doing really, really well. I didn't even get to unload anything. Alright, let's change that attitude up a bit. I know we can do this. Ferdinand, get those horns ready. I do have to say, while this music is not bad, I do wish we were hearing some Nick Jonas songs. Nick Jonas, as you know, is going to be providing not just songs for this movie, but he will also be in the movie as his live-action self, which okay, so his limit is 4 plates. Yes, Ferdinand is going to be a musical. They have not advertised it, but it is heavily implied by the Facebook page. Alright, let's keep going. Now, I do think it's a very interesting decision to have a live-action Nick Jonas mixed with an animated Ferdinand, but honestly, animation needs to be shaken up a little bit to stay fresh, and I think Ferdinand is just the story to do it. Everyone knows the story of Ferdinand, and it is hard to argue that Ferdinand is not an incredible story. Now, I am seeing that the teacup limit is 2 and the plate limit is 4, and that is going to be game over. I was careless there, I admit. I got a little too excited talking about Nick Jonas. Alright, so we're going to try again. I've definitely lost track of how many attempts we've given this, but that's okay, we're still having fun here. So we've gotten 1 plate, great. We've got our cup. We've got a plate. So far, so good. 3 plates. Let's get a cup, and let's unload right there. I thought we could just come in for that teacup, but we did not time it well enough. But that's alright, we have that teacup, and we missed that plate. Is it me, or are they starting to drop a little bit faster as the game goes on? Alright, we're going to unload very quickly. Just getting that plate, just getting that teacup, getting that plate, getting that plate, getting that teacup, unloading very quickly, just to snag that teacup, and we've got our rose. Plate, Okay, that dropped very quickly. Who's dropping these? Why? I understand that that's how a good game works. It gets gradually harder, but is there an end game here? Is there something beyond this? That's okay, we'll keep going. I have a feeling I might be one of the first people to be doing a Let's Play of this, essentially. So it may be up to me exclusively to figure out what else this game has to offer, and I, of course, am very much up for the challenge because Ferdinand is my guy. Just missing that plate, but we have that plate. Excellent job. And we missed a cup at a crucial moment, but that's okay. We're gonna keep on going because Ferdinand doesn't give up, and neither do I. It is all about believing in yourself. We have a plate. We have a cup. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another plate, and we have our third plate. I'm going to get rid of that very quickly, just in time to snag 2 cups and an additional plate. And we've got a rose. I love the guitar lick that you hear every time you catch a rose. It makes me very, very happy, and really makes me feel excited about the setting of this movie. I believe it's going to be taking place in Mexico. Now, another animated movie, Coco, will be taking place in Mexico, but I don't want to say anything negative about competitors. Coco is not going to do nearly as well as Ferdinand is. I think we all know that. Alright, so here we go. Ferdinand, you're one of a kind. Let's get things done. Now, it is hilarious the way that Ferdinand winds up in the china shop in the movie. Ferdinand, he sits his giant behind upon a bumblebee, and then he gets stung, and people think that he's a public menace, so he runs and runs. He runs through an alleyway, and he winds up in the china shop. Now, I don't exactly know how the alleyway led to the china shop, but that's just the way it is in Ferdinand's Great Adventure. And unfortunately, that wasn't my greatest playthrough, but we are going to keep going. Ferdinand's look of surprise is hilarious every single time I see it. I really do love you, Ferdinand. You are the bowl for me. Just missed that plate, but we're grabbing another one. We've got a teacup. We've not got another teacup. I swear, these horns are really difficult. I wish Ferdinand could catch everything on his head, but that's just because I'm not as talented as Ferdinand. Grabbing the cup, we have still 1 life left, and we're just missing the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how much more of this I can take, but I'm going to keep trying. There has to be a grand prize at the end. Alright, 3 lives. Here we go. Maybe we can get a bonus and have more lives if we collect enough flowers. I'm not sure if that's something that's going to happen, but you know what? A bowl can dream, am I right? Oh, and there goes 1 life, but we've got a flower. We've got a plate. We just missed that cup, but we're grabbing that cup. We have 1 life. We're holding on, and unfortunately, we had a misclick there. I really should have clicked left, but I clicked right, and I regret it deeply, but that's okay. We're going to keep going because I know that we can get the high score on this game. We have a flower. We have a plate. We're doing really well so far. We're going to try not to overshoot another misclick. I am starting to think that perhaps I am absolutely despicable when it comes to gaming. I should have deposited. I knew that I had too many plates, but I just did not follow my instinct because I am a pathetic gamer. And I did not even try to go for that last teacup. I admit I completely lost hope. I had a sudden bout of apathy, and I am ashamed of myself, but we are going to try again because I know that I can at least top my high score, which I believe was 225 or something to that extent. Alright, we're just missing the rose, unfortunately, but we are getting that teacup, we are getting a plate. We are getting another teacup and another plate. We're going to deposit quickly, and I don't know what I was thinking there. Ferdinand, get your head in that game, please. We've got another teacup, though, and another plate. I knew I couldn't have gotten that teacup. I really would have had to shoot far, but we've got another plate. Ah, I really thought I should have had that teacup. I wish there was an umpire or something. I feel as if some of these rulings are not the most fair, but we're going to persevere. That is what Ferdinand does. He perseveres. Right, Ferdinand? Look at those big blue eyes. You could just get lost into Ferdinand's face. Ferdinand, you're just the guy for me. I want to hang out with you. I want to watch TV. Do what it is that bulls do. I missed that plate, but I really had to unload there. Everyone could see that Ferdinand was piling on just a bit too much. Unfortunately, we are not able to go on. We lost all our lives, but this game never ends. Ferdinand, let's get going and go to work. You have to undo the damage you've done being in this china shop. Ferdinand, you should know better after all, but as we know from the movie, it was clearly an accident. You can't blame the little guy, can you? And by little, I mean big, of course. We have to deposit quickly, just missing the rose, and missing our final life. Alright. Playing again. We don't give up, right? I don't know how long this playthrough is going to wind up being, but I'm sure it will continue to be interesting for everyone watching, because there is really little in this world more stimulating than watching Ferdinand catch glass on his body. Alright, going in for a fourth plate. And unfortunately we had to sacrifice that teacup. The last teacup, though, there really is not a good excuse for. We have a rose, and our score is doing very well right now. 3 plates, gonna sink those, grab the teacup, grab another teacup, and another plate. And I could not have gotten that teacup, unfortunately. But we are going to continue to smash it and try again. Alright, Ferdinand. Maybe if we keep playing hard, one of our fun hedgehog friends will show up. I do love those hedgehogs. They are the greatest hedgehog characters I've ever seen in an animated movie. Alright, doing really well. Got 4 plates, missing that rose, but we're going to duck down, and it's a good thing I did, because now we can get another plate. And just missing the teacup, but I have an additional life. I must have not been counting correctly. I thought that was game over, but I guess it is not. That, however, will be game over, and we are done, Ferdinand. I believe that you have sneezed our way into loserdom, but we have another chance, and there is not an old lady there to brush your nose and tickle you into a sneezing frenzy, like in the movie, which I am very excited for if I have not said so already. Because listen, Ice Age 5, I really didn't think there could ever be a better animated movie than that. But then when I heard the casting announcement of John Cena playing this very famous bull, I went, listen, that's perfect. And we're doing really well, but I could not have gotten that teacup. But I have that teacup, just missing that plate, but we have a rose and our score. Oh! Oh no! If I hadn't stopped to look at the score, I might have been able to top my high score previously. Alright. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm starting to suspect that maybe this is it, that no matter what your score is, you smashed it, and that's it. Maybe there's not really as much of a point to this game as I thought, but it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun to play, and it definitely mixes things up on the Ferdinand Facebook page, and of course the Ferdinand website, where I'm sure you can also find this. However, I would like to make it my goal to get a very high score, so I am going to see if I can get 250 points. That is going to be my new goal, okay? Let's see if Ferdinand and I can work together as an incredible team. Alright, not off to a great start, but that's okay, we are still in this game. We've got 2 plates and 2 teacups, and we've got a rose. Doing well, gonna deposit that really quickly. I believe unload, as this game calls it, and that wasn't great either, but as I always say, we are still in this game. That, at the moment, is a lie, of course, but we are going to continue. Ferdinand, there's nothing I need to tell you. You have the winning spirit in your head. Starting off with the rose and a plate, and I barely had to move. We've snagged that teacup. We've snagged another teacup and another plate. Going to unload that quickly. And we've got another teacup and another plate. Just grabbing that rose, and we're right in line for plate. I missed that teacup by a hair, and I missed that teacup by a hair as well. By one of Ferdinand's very black and oily hairs, I am sure. Gotta unload those plates, but we are getting a rose, and we are getting another plate. We're doing really well. I think I might be able to top my high score. Getting a plate. Getting a teacup, gonna unload that very quickly. We're getting a plate. Oh, we just missed that rose. No! I bet if I had that rose, I would have been able to get that score. I did still smash it, but it is not enough. We need to achieve what we have set out to achieve. Come on, Ferdinand. I think that we are in the groove now. All right, we've got our teacup. We've missed a second teacup, but we have a plate, and we've got a third teacup. All right, so far so good. Let's get that plate and unload really quick. Just missing that teacup, but we have another teacup, and we have a plate, and we're just missing that teacup, and it's over already. That went much quicker than I would have hoped, but the good news is we can continue to play this game, and I do have to say I am glad that a game of this quality is free. It is amazing because, honestly, I would pay upends of $50 to $100 to play a game like this over and over and over again, but Blue Sky Studios and the team behind Ferdinand has been so kind as to offer this to us for free, and I am very, very grateful for that. Just missing that teacup, but we grab a plate, and just missing that teacup, ending the game. But we are going to keep at it. Ferdinand, let's see what your horns can do. They don't call you Ferdinand the Mighty Bull for no reason at all, do they, Ferdinand? We've got a rose. I love it when they... another misclick. I think I'm just getting too excited thinking about Ferdinand, honestly, which is not too far-fetched now that I think about it, because Ferdinand is an exciting movie, and it is coming very, very soon. Just snagging those two teacups, and we've got ourselves a plate. And we missed that teacup. I think there was lag there. I don't know what happened. But we grabbed that flower. Grabbed a teacup. Gonna unload quickly. Just grabbing that teacup. I'm getting very excited. We're doing very, very well. Just missing the teacup and the game is over. If you saw, I was right in position to grab another plate if there had been a fourth life. But unfortunately, that is the way things are. And we are okay with it. We're good sports, right, Ferdinand? Now, I will say, it is curious to have Ferdinand in a game, because Ferdinand is an adorable bull, and he doesn't strike you as one for competition or athletics. After all, I do believe in the movie, he shies away from competing in sports. So it is interesting that he would wind up being the star of a game. It almost seems like it doesn't make any sense at all, but... that one really hurt. I don't know why, but that one hit hard. I'm very disappointed in myself for not being able to accomplish my high score in that game. But we're going to keep going. Ferdinand, I admit my mood is definitely taking a turn for the worse, but maybe this game will pick up my spirits. So far, we're doing okay. We're grabbing that plate. I'm feeling good. Ah! Ah! That's alright. That's not alright. That's not alright. Only 50? That's paltry. Alright, come on, Ferdinand. Ferdinand, come on. We got this, Ferdinand. We've got a plate. God! Why do I keep doing this to myself? I could have gotten that. God! Zero? I didn't get anything? How did I smash it if I didn't get anything? See Ferdinand in theaters December 15th, 2017, rated PG. We're going to keep going. Alright, alright. I think that was just a bit of a setback. Sometimes we can find ourselves getting a little bit too emotionally invested. Ah! Alright, we're doing okay. And we've got the flower. We're going to unload and we're going to miss the plate. But that's okay. We're going to grab another plate and get that other plate. Get the teacup. Ferdinand, you gotta do me a solid here. I need to win this. I don't know what's gonna happen to me if I can't win this. Alright, 3 plates. 3 plates is looking good. 2 teacups, 3 teacups. Get the rose and unload, and coming in for the plate. In the teacup. Doing really well. I should have had that. Good! Okay, it's okay. We kind of wasted 2 lives very quickly there, but we have a rose. Gonna deposit in. Whoa! That was very, very close. I can't believe it. We survived that one. And a teacup. No, no, no! Ah, Ferdinand! Ferdinand, what are you doing to me? I'm going loco for Ferdinand over here, let me tell you. Alright, we've got a plate. We've got a cup. A rose. I love those early flowers, let me tell you. Just grabbing that teacup and we're going to unload. Grabbing another teacup, and so far we have all our lives. Alright. Oof, just coming in for that plate. And we've got another flower, a 3rd plate. We're going to unload quickly. And we miss our first teacup, but that's okay. We're still doing pretty well. Grabbing our 2nd teacup and missing that plate just by a hair. And that was not fair. You could see that the plate went all the way over here and then went all the way over here. How was Ferdinand supposed to get from one end to the other that quickly? But that's okay. Sometimes you're just kind of given a bout of bad luck. Ferdinand, we are going to overcome this. You are Ferdinand, after all, the mightiest bull. I don't know any other animated bulls quite like you, Ferdinand. I would even venture to say I don't know any other animated bulls. We're going to deposit that very quickly. We're going to miss that teacup by overshooting, but that's okay. We're still in this game. We've got a plate. We've got a teacup. Oh, I almost overshot that, but we have our plates and we have a flower. We were not able to get over there on time or over there on time. The same thing. We had a teacup drop right over there and then right over there. It's as if Ferdinand wants me to lose, but it's not Ferdinand's fault. Well, technically it is Ferdinand's fault because all this china is falling because Ferdinand went into the china shop, but that was technically an accident because it was really the bumblebee Ferdinand sat on, but really the bumblebee was just defending itself, and it's Ferdinand's fault that he fell on the bumblebee even if it was an accident, so really it is Ferdinand's fault. Ferdinand, you need to repent, buddy. We gotta make things right. Getting that teacup. I do have to say, I don't know how all of these things are falling so slowly. I do appreciate how slowly they're falling because this game might be impossible if they weren't otherwise. Ooh! Alright, we need to unload. Getting that plate. Not doing too hot, but we're gonna be okay. Oh, no we are not. We are not going to be okay. Ferdinand, in the trailer and in the clip that I saw from this movie, you were so much faster at this. Come on, Ferdinand. Don't put all the pressure on me. Ah, and we just missed that. Pathetic on my part. Absolutely pathetic, ladies and gentlemen. But we have ourselves a flower and another teacup. 50. Not doing too hot. Alright, but we persevere, right? Ferdinand, what do they always say? What do they always say, Ferdinand? That's right, you're Ferdinand. And you know what? Today, I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that either. I'm Ferdinand. Alright, we've got that cup. We've got a plate. We're gonna unload and get another plate. I'm Ferdinand. We've got a flower. See, I thought if I kept saying I'm Ferdinand, it'd kind of work like a good luck charm. I'm not convinced it won't work, though, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm Ferdinand. Alright, I'm Ferdinand. There we go, I'm Ferdinand. 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 Ah! I'm Ferdinand. 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 I'm Ferdinand! Well, that was very close. I think that's what it takes. You just have to keep saying I'm Ferdinand. Also, I think it helps that if you go over to an edge, to try to reset yourself back into the middle to have the greatest chance of being able to catch things that might stray all the way to the other side. Also, you want to make sure that you don't overshoot things. That teacup I would not have been able to get. We're going to unload quickly, coming in to grab that other teacup, and we have that other plate. I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I forgot to get back into the middle, but that's okay. I didn't even try. But then again, I wasn't saying I'm Ferdinand. Shame on me. Here we go. I'm Ferdinand. Okay. So I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. Oof. See, that middle doesn't work great if you don't unload. So we really had to unload there because we had a lot of teacups coming at us at the right horn, and the right horn just didn't have the capacity to get all those teacups. So maybe we need to unload just a little bit more. I do wish the unloading process was a little bit faster, but that is all a part of the challenge of Bowl in a China Shop. Now, I must say, I don't know why they didn't call it Ferdinand in a China Shop, but maybe it's because they knew people were familiar with the classic phrase, and that is what they were all about. And we just missed that because we're unloading, but that's okay. We're still doing pretty well. We have another plate. We have that teacup I'm going to unload. Just missing that rose. I bet that rose was going to be very important. But we coming for that teacup. We missed the plate, but we have that plate. We have that teacup. We missed the rose, but we unload, and we missed the teacup. We missed 2 flowers in that game, and that wasn't great. But we're going to keep going. Okay, Ferdinand, here we go. We have a plate, and I didn't even have to move. I don't know why I moved for that one. I almost just want to throw the entire game because I'm ashamed of myself, but that's not what Ferdinand would do, so we are going to keep going. We've got teacups. We missed that plate. We've got a teacup. Gonna unload, and it's a good thing I did. I would have run out of plate space. We've got another teacup. We've got a rose! Excellent job, Ferdinand. Alright, and we've got a plate. Ah, that's right. My left horn had 2 teacups on it already. Okay, we're gonna try again. Here we go, Ferdinand. You know the drill. Ready? No, I bet you are ready. I just have to move a little bit to grab that plate, and we have that teacup. We get our first flower. Excellent. Ferdinand loves flowers. Gonna unload quick. I've decided I want to unload whenever my horns have 2 teacups on them. But unfortunately, as you see, that didn't go great the first time. It's okay. We've got another flower, and we've got another plate. Got another teacup. Gonna unload quickly. Snagging that plate. Snagging another plate. And I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't know what I was thinking there either. I temporarily had a lapse of judgment and thought teacups were plates. I don't know why my mind did that. Alright, Ferdinand, let's get ready. Here we go, Ferdinand. We've got a flower, excellent, right off the bat, and a teacup. Those teacups, I cannot emphasize enough, they are the trickiest part of this game. But we have 2 teacups, gonna unload quickly, just in time to grab that plate, and we get a second flower. We have our teacup. Just missing that plate, but we are going to be able to get that plate. We're going to unload quickly, and we miss that teacup, but we have that plate, and we're going to miss that teacup too. Alright, we can still get the score I want of 250 points. Come on, Ferdinand! Alright, starting off very far to the right. Then we're going to move over a little bit. We are going to grab that teacup. We're going to grab another teacup. We're going to unload very quickly, just in time to get a plate and another teacup. That was a close one. I was not sure we would be able to get it. We get our plate. We get another plate. We get another teacup. I'm going to unload quickly and just overshoot that teacup on the right. but we're not going to overshoot the other teacup. We're going to get a rose, which is great. We're going to miss that plate, which really disappoints me, but that's okay. We're going to be able to get that teacup, and I had to unload before I could get the other teacup. That's all right. We're doing pretty well. Ferdinand, it's on you, buddy. I know you can do this. If you love flowers, then show your stuff. Ah, that's it. Ferdinand, I know you love that flower. I can see it in your eyes. You have such a soul behind those eyes, Ferdinand. I can really feel your emotions. Coming in, missing that teacup, even though I feel like I should have had it. Umpire, can we get an instant replay so we can have a better call? But we grab that teacup. We grab that teacup, unload very quickly, and just come in for that plate and that teacup, and we get a flower. Another plate. We missed that plate, but we're going to go back to the middle. Excellent, excellent. Unload, coming in for that plate, getting that teacup, getting that plate, missing the flower, but getting the plate, unloading quickly. Ah! 243 points. So close. So close. Ferdinand, this is going to be the game. I can feel it. Here we go, Ferdinand. We have a teacup. We have a plate. And we have another teacup. Things are off to a very, very crazy start here, but we are doing all right. Unloading and coming in for that teacup. What great luck that I'm having so far. Excellent. All right, resetting to the middle. Getting a flower. Very good. Right back there, reset to the middle. We just missed that teacup, but that's okay. We have that teacup. Unloading and just missing that plate and just missing that teacup and just losing the game. You know, I was really playing well, I thought, toward the end there, and it seemed as if none of it really meant anything at all. That's okay. Starting off with the flower, I really appreciate that. I'm not sure how the flower bonuses work, honestly. I don't know if they calculate how much you've already unloaded or how much you currently have on you, but I'm not going to complain too much. Excellent, 2 flowers, and we're just missing that teacup, but we have another teacup. Just missing that plate, and we have that teacup. I feel pretty good about things so far. We need to unload. Missing that flower, getting the teacup, getting another teacup, and we're going to miss that plate, and that is going to be a game over. But that's okay, we're going to try again. Alright, Ferdinand, are you ready? Here we go. Getting the plate, getting another plate, and we have ourselves a flower. I do keep calling it a rose because, to be fair, it is both a flower and a rose, but I think rose is just a prettier name. Then again, I know Ferdinand likes referring to it as a flower, so I will call it a flower out of respect for him, but occasionally I will indulge in calling it a rose, of course. So far we have all our lives. I don't know how this has happened. I guess I spoke too soon. Oh, I just really messed up there. But we have a plate. We have a teacup. We have a plate. We have failure. I don't know what happened. I was on a roll there for a while. It's like I was filled with the soul of Ferdinand. Ferdinand, get me through this. Get me through these tough times. Alright. Doing pretty well so far. Ferdinand, you are a very agile bull, I must say. Resetting, grabbing that teacup, grabbing the rose, we gotta unload, and we get the teacup! Just missing that plate, but we get that other teacup. And we are able to get the other plate, and that plate, that was very, very close. And we have the rose, but we're gonna miss that. I'm gonna unload quickly, and we're gonna miss that, unfortunately. Okay, we're gonna try again. We are coming very, very close. I know that I can get 250 points. Come on, Ferdinand! We have a plate. Another plate. Coming in for that teacup. And we have a flower. Ah, misclick there. I got a little too excited. but no misclicks there. We gotta unload, just missing that plate, but we have that teacup, we have the flower, we have another teacup, we have the plate. Gah! There was no way I could have done that. That was impossible. It's as if, really, at a certain point, it's just a luck-based game. I mean, there is skill involved, but depending on however the plates and teacups are generated, you might just lose, no matter how well you do. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel as if skill should be rewarded here, and Ferdinand, of course, is a very skilled bull. That's alright. I'm just going to keep on playing and doing my best. And so far, we are not doing too bad. I feel like if I really get in the zone, things start to go my way. But I don't like missing a flower, and I certainly don't like missing a plate. Alright, trying again. Here we go. Ferdinand, I know you can do it. Alright, we have a plate. We have another plate, and we are just going to get that teacup, and we are going to get a second teacup too. Thankfully, we have a flower. Thank you for throwing down flowers. I don't know why flowers are falling, honestly, but perhaps it is not just a china shop, but also a flower shop. I don't know how things go down in Mexico, but I would be willing to bet that those such places exist. But unfortunately, we are going to have an overload on the horns, and Ferdinand is going to miss the third teacup, of course. That is okay. Here we go. Getting the plate. Sorry, I lost the will. I didn't care. That's okay. Here we go. You know, sometimes you just have to smile and have it... You just have to smile. Come on, smile. Ugh. Oh, Yoink! Fuck! Ferdinand. Ferdinand. Ferdinand! Ferdinand. 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 Ferdinand! Ferdinand, 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 Ferdinand. Oh, Ferdinand! 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 Ferdinand? Oh, Ferdinand! 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 Ferdinand, Ferdinand. Ferdinand? Ferdinand! Ferdinand! Ferdinand? Ferdinand! 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 Oh, Ferdinand! Ferdinand, Ferdinand. Ferdinand! Ooh, Ferdinand. Ferdinand? Ah! Ferdinand! 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 Whoa! Ferdinand! 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 Ferdinand. I'm Ferdinand. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out based on how I look. You can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover. People think they've got me all figured out. Based on how I look, you can't judge a bowl by its cover.